The views and opinions expressed by the hosts and guests do not necessarily state or reflect those of the company and its management. Furthermore, the assumptions, views, opinions, and insinuations made by the host and guests do not reflect those of the show, the management, and the network. In addition, all copyrighted material is used without permission and will be removed with notification from the rightful owners or their agent. So there.
You found Just Killing Time on Radio TFI.
Join the conversation. You can reach the guys at 754-800-CHAT. 754-800-2428. On social media, search for Radio TFI USA. From a payphone, call collect.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
My fellow Americans, our long national nightmare is over.
Good morning, kids and kittens. I'm not John Shannon, but he just slid at the third base here from high atop the radio tower. I am then sitting on the floor, looking completely perplexed as to why we're here.
Go ahead and lead us in, Tim.
Anyway,
We are. Go ahead and lead us in temptation.
It is Sunday, April 28th, right here on the Radio TFI streaming network. Good morning. Welcome aboard to all the folks here and Mr. and Mrs. America and all the ships at sea. Also joining us from the 1968 Castroville, California Artichoke Queen, third runner-up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's the man who leads the league in retirement. It's Bill Fancher. Good morning, Bill. How the hell are you?
Oh, well, with whatever's left of Texas after those storms came rambling through last night.
So would you say...
what amazes me all this time when all these storms come rumbling through like this, they never seem to get Ted Cruz.
They don't, do they?
Ted Cruz, go fuck yourself.
That's a good start to morning.
Yeah.
It's like a cup of coffee. There you go.
That's just right there where you need it. Just right there where you need it. And from the Central Ohio office in where else? Central Ohio. John Shannon is. We're not sure if he's prepared. John, are you ready to go on the air yet? John is not ready to go on the air. He's apparently.
Actually, I'm not.
He's not. So John's not going to join us here for a little bit. And how is everybody this week? Here we are. It's the end of April. My goodness, we've been freezing our tushies off here in the New York City metro area for the past couple of nights. And it's going to be 82 degrees tomorrow, 84 degrees. It's going to be, we're getting there. And then it's going to get cold again. Not cold, but, not Minnesota cold, but just the same. Getting right into things. Bill and I were talking about this just before the show, after we finished wondering if John had gone off wandering into the woods to find himself or just find a nice tree to scratch his back on. Last night was the White House Correspondents Association dinner. And if you didn't see it, Biden got up there. He was pretty funny, pretty self-deprecating. We don't have a lot of clips from it, but Colin Jost was the quote-unquote featured speaker, if you will. Kelly O'Donnell from NBC was the host. And we have a little clip here from Colin Jost, who, by the way, if you're not familiar, is the weekend update anchor on Saturday Night Live and currently one of the co-head writers there. But anyway, let's play this and we'll talk about it on the other side.
There is an election. There's an election 6 extremely long months from now. So let me see if I can summarize where this race stands at this moment. The Republican candidate for president owes $500 million in fines for bank fraud and is currently spending his days farting himself awake during a porn star hush money trial, and the race is tied? The race is tied. Nothing makes sense anymore. The candidate, who is a famous New York City playboy, took abortion rights away, and the guy who's trying to give you your abortion rights back is an 80-year-old Catholic. How does that make sense?
The world is indeed spinning off its axis. Speaking of the Trumpster, he had a tough week in court this week. He had to listen to jury members talk crap about him. His what used to be his favorite pecker got up there, and David Pecker of the National Enquirer, former owner, current owner, whatever he is. Now, gentlemen, before we start talking about it, let's invite our 12-year-old selves to get all the Pecker puns out of the way. Bill?
I don't have any.
You don't have any.
Nothing available right now. Give me a few minutes. I don't know.
You know, Pecker was really penetrating Trump.
Well,
you know,
wait a minute. Bill,
John, you're breaking up. You're breaking up badly.
Bill got no pecker? Is that what I just heard?
All right.
Go figure, right?
John's breaking up. At least I can't hear him on my end. But
gee.
But now Pecker got up on the stand, was there for a day or two, just basically spewing. And, you know, when your Pecker starts spewing,
you don't need that happening on the stand.
No, not
Come
in front
on.
of people. Come on. Here you thought you had your Pecker under control, and apparently you do not. Now, in all seriousness, if you stop and think about it, when Trump comes out and does his daily press conference, which, by the way, most defendants don't get the opportunity to do.
Nope.
Has he said anything about his Pecker? No. He's kept it. He's played his Pecker close to the vest. He's not saying a word, which tells you.
He did say his Pecker is still his friend. So,
well, your Pecker is still your friend, isn't it?
Considering under the circumstances, his Pecker has not been much of a friend to him.
Yeah, then again, you haven't seen your Pecker in how many years?
I saw it out in the backyard the other day. I had to chase it around.
Mine is basically a rumor at this point.
That's it.
What
Squirrel ran off with it.
What's that, John? Okay, I don't know if John can hear me or not.
He's on a different show this morning.
I really believe
that is what mirrors are for.
Oh, there you go. And John would know. So anyway, but the point I'm getting at is that Trump has not said anything derogatory about Pecker, about David Pecker. Just like he doesn't say anything bad about Putin, and he doesn't say anything bad about, well, he's started to say some things about Stormy Daniels, but go ahead.
The reason he hasn't said anything about Pecker is because he's got him by the balls.
Oh, hey now, there, finally, he got one in there. I knew you could do it, Bill. I knew you could do it. I knew you had it in you. I knew that Pecker was in you somewhere.
It's there.
So Pecker's up there testifying, and I mean, what he must have on Trump is got to be unbelievable if Trump is just not saying a word about him. So now he gets up there and basically explains the whole catch and kill thing. The Trump's longtime assistant testified. She basically said the same thing. You know, they have Stormy Daniels' info, and
look, a special appearance.
It's security. Security.
Yeah.
Look what the cat brought in.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, before we get any further, I got so discombobulated. We do have other business to attend to, and
Josh, really?
Yeah, but before we continue on with this, we need to
Yes, we're behind on this.
behind.
Here I thought I killed enough time.
It's the Radio TFI Market Watch, brought to you by Pete and Tony's down by the highway. Uber closed the week at $69.05, down $1.15. And Lyft closed the week at $16.37, up 22 cents. Tesla closed the week at $168.29, up 21.24.
That's about time.
And for the second week in a row, shockingly, Trump stocks closed at $41.54, up $5.16. This has been the Radio TFI Market Watch. Go to Pete and Tony's down by the highway. Visit the Trump pharmacy aisle and get your Trump hair glue. Survives any wind, even his farts. This has been TFI Market Watch. Thanks for playing our game. Oh, I didn't want to miss that.
Oh, hell no.
That Trump hair glue is something, maybe two something. John, you're kind of coming out of frame. If you could back up a little bit or tilt your camera.
Well, I'm trying to not get the
There you
light into the.
You're good.
Okay.
You're doing fine. So anyway, we're back to Trump and his pecker and everybody testifying about him. His longtime assistant, Rona, I can't think of her name. I should have had it here.
Rona Barrett.
Oh no,
Rona Downey.
We'll just call her Rona Trumple for now.
Rona Trumple. That works.
She basically threw the boss under the bus. Yes, they have contact information for all the people that are now suing the living daylights out of them. Yes. And then you've got the immunity thing going on in the Supreme Court, which it appears they're going to try to delay that even more. Remember, he doesn't want the Supreme Court to say a president has immunity, because that means Biden gets it.
Yeah, I'd take him out.
That's it, and it's the show's over at that point. And
Exactly.
we can shut down and move about our lives. And just as an aside, we've all been very concerned here about our own Bill Fancher, because apparently he's falling behind on his retirement duties, and there's been talk of him having to put one or two people on the job to help him keep up.
Have to start hiring a staff.
There you go. I mean, retirement's not easy. It is not.
But I really have to vet these people, because of my skeletons, they just dance in that closet all night long.
John, you ready to take the wheel, or you want to?
Well, I didn't want to grab it from you, so it went from one side to the other. So, I mean,
That's okay. That's basically the format. It's getting down the road. Speaking of,
go ahead. Speak of. I can take another drink of water.
Speaking of our boy President Biden, he let off a good one at an event this week. And John, yes, this is the one you put up there, but I edited it down to take off all the extraneous stuff. Biden gets a good one off. Have a listen, everybody.
By the way, remember when he was trying to deal with COVID, he said, just inject a little bleach in your veins. He missed it. All went to his hair.
I don't know who wrote that one for him, but I like it. I approve.
I saw that one. I was like, that's good, Joe.
He does have a sense of humor.
He does. He's a good Irishman. But anyway, so Trump's been sitting in a courtroom, 4 days a week. And if you've caught any of the Fox News talking about him, it's as if they've got him strapped, chained to a wall, not giving no food or no water, blah, blah, blah. I want you to take a listen to Jesse Waters, who used to be Bill O'Reilly's hitman, and listen to him. It's a stretch, everything they say, but just if you haven't heard this, we listen so you don't have to.
They're draining his brain and his body. Now, I don't like to sit. They say sitting is the new smoking. You're going to take a man who's usually golfing or in action, and you're going to sit him in a chair in freezing temperatures and just let people rip you and you can't say anything? 4 days a week, 8 hours a day? That takes a toll.
It's called court.
Yeah. Wow. Go figure. And I guess his revenge is to fart at everybody?
Poor Basita.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they going to have to put a screen up around him or a little air freshener thing at the stand or something? I mean, come on.
He can bring a shawl. He can bring a sweatshirt. Wear a hoodie. Not that cold.
Yeah, then he could keep all the. Then he could keep all the gas underneath the damn.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah.
You are fined 1 credit for a violation of the verbal morality statute.
What's your language, you bud? We're on the air.
Okay. All right. We had our fun. By the way, how's that solitaire game going behind you, John? Looks pretty intense.
Yeah.
It is. It really is.
He's working hard on that.
Diane, move to 10.
Move to 10. That's it. Ready.
They're commenting on your solitaire game back there.
All right. So
she plays solitaire a lot different than I do, but I'll tell you this much. She wins a whole lot more than I do too.
She doesn't cheat? Is that what you're saying?
She doesn't.
No, she does that. Well, there's that too, but
there is that. So anyway, moving on. So now he's crying and complaining, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. If it wasn't too cold, it would be too hot. It'd be the whole, it's something to complain about. Look, the fact that you're not in jail and sitting on Rikers Island, oh, there she is busting
what
in.
The lion, rat, snakes is going on. What in the wide world of sports? Oh,
Jason, call security. I'm busy. I have to send you up to John.
It's
hell you will.
Ladies and gentlemen, we seem to have an issue in Texas. And
well, there are multiple issues in Texas, but
we're gonna have to call the governor in. Wheels McGillicuddy.
Damn.
Bill, you okay?
I don't know yet. Let me
Ladies and
check all my parts. I got to check my pecker.
Yeah, well.
In Washington, D.C.
Oh, God almighty. Thank you all so very much for helping me.
Security busted into our Texas.
I'm 1,000 miles away from you. He's 1,000 miles. What the hell you expect us to do?
So thanks for the help. Was just what I was saying.
Bill was
I get molested on the air and nobody stops it.
Yeah, well, that's part of your retirement package.
Well, that is the one thing I guess I have to deal with.
Yes. You can't hire that out. That's got to be.
No, but I'm
all right. Well,
here's security staff now.
Here's a plea from Here's a plea from all the more wealthy people in our listening audience.
Hey everybody, it's Laura Trump. Are you able to donate even $5 today to President Trump's campaign? Together we'll see him back in the White House. Together we'll save this country. Together we'll make America great again.
Together we'll go arm in arm into the Who's Gal.
Anybody? You got $5? Anybody got $5 you want to toss that way?
Anybody that donates to a billionaire deserves everything that happens to them.
And isn't that the whole point? You forget he said at the start of I'm financing myself because I'm so rich.
I'm bigly rich.
I said, I don't need your money.
My dollars are bigger than your dollars.
Shit.
So I was just pecker.
We are just not getting off of pecker. Okay.
Oh, wait a second. John has come alive now. He's finding things on the screen. Let's all sit and wait in silence.
All I'm doing is just cleaning off some of the stuff we've already.
All right. So we'll just continue doing the show then while you do that.
Well, Listen, I haven't found a lane I can get into this. It's like, holy crap. There we go. Hey, now get that crap off of there. By the way, 754-800-CHAT, 754-800-2428. That's the number if you'd like to get a hold of us here and maybe add some actual substance to us at some point or another. Here was another here was another one from I believe this was from the what did they call it? The correspondence dinner, I think it was.
The White House Correspondents Association.
White House. Why, thank you very much. Here's another one for Sleepy Donnie.
Of course, the 2024 election is in full swing. And yes, age is an issue. I'm a grown man running against a 6-year-old. Well, I feel great. I really feel great.
I love the fact that he's taking the gloves off. I do
too.
I really do. I mean, he's tried to be the grown-up in the room, and there's just no point. I want to see them get on a debate stage because this time around,
please.
Biden's not going to be polite about this.
No,
he's not going to. It's not going to be pretty. And
the funny part about it is, it's just remember the last debate they had, where I think as rough as Biden got with him was to tell him to shut up.
Yeah, shut up, man.
Which was good in its own right.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling that he's heard enough of the whole Sleepy Joes and the whole the whole
old man
thing. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think the days of Sleepy Joe are gone. I think,
gotta believe so.
Yeah, you can't because actually you don't hear him denying any of that either. That's the other thing. He's not denying.
It's on camera. How could he?
Not on camera.
Well, it's in drawings.
Have you seen some of those drawings of Trump?
Well,
man.
Interesting because Colin Jost had a line about that. He said, and the sketch artist, the sketches make Trump look like he was the love child of the Lorax and the Grinch.
I think Roseanne was.
Oh, I know where you're going with this one.
Roseanne was somewhere in that bloodline too.
Let's pull the clown car over.
So
passenger. Hold on. Everybody hold on for a second. We're going to pick up a new passenger here because this one came out this week. And if you didn't hate Roseanne already, John?
What happened, Mom? We're at Bergdorf. Are you okay? You look very sick.
No, I'm not okay because I just had a horrible flashback, a horrible memory. Right now, I realize that 26 years ago, Joe Biden raped me right here in that dressing room in the shoe department where I went in to change my shoes.
Oh my God.
He raped me in here. Joe Biden. He raped me right here in the shoe department at Bergdorf Goodman.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not. I need to sue.
What a wretched human being.
First off,
here's the deal.
Who the hell would want to rape her anyway? Even 26 years ago, for Christ's sake.
They do say a stiff dick has no conscience, so we'll go with that to begin with.
I don't know about that one.
You are fined 1 credit for a violation of the verbal morality statute.
See, John, you'd have got away with it if you'd have said pecker.
He's not wrong, John. And if you'd have done it in the assigned pecker area when we were doing the pecker jokes.
Anyways. But here's the thing that I don't ever, and I put this up on Twitter when I first saw this miserable piece of shit.
Give him that one. Give him that one.
I'll give him half of it.
Oh, okay.
Half of it.
But I hate like hell, when somebody comes up or claims to have been raped. I hate like hell to say, "Oh no, you're just full of crap," and what have you. I think she's a miserable whatever for many other reasons that have nothing to do with that.
Oh, she's doing a bit. She's doing a takeoff on the E. Jean Carroll, that's
right? And I want to. I just want to be sure on it because you realize that every time. Either way, whether it's a conservative woman who is saying that, that Biden raped her or some other liberal raped her or the other way around, then the first thing you do is jump on the horse there and say, well, that didn't happen. She's full of it. And what you hate like hell to do that because it
demeans the people that were actually raped, and it diminishes the charge.
Exactly. And what's going to wind up happening is that, it's going to wind up happening. What's going to happen is all these people who are making the false claims are going to make it that much harder for the ones that are actually have a legitimate case about this.
Yeah, but John, in this case, she's just mocking E. Jean Carroll. She's not even trying to pretend that something happened. She's mocking E. Jean Carroll.
But there's absolutely nothing funny about that.
I agree. I agree. There's nothing funny about it. But she's a wretched human being. There's no question about it. If you couldn't even keep Tom Arnold, I mean, come on. Hey, really?
That was good.
No, but
hey, my whole thing is can't Biden sue her now for defamation?
Yeah, when he gets done laughing about it.
Well, exactly.
This is clearly not serious. I mean,
this was a swing at a knuckleball in the dirt.
Exactly. This was a putrid attempt, not only at humor, but to try to throw some shade at Biden. None of it's going to work because the only people that are going to believe it don't matter anyway. Oh, and don't get me wrong. There's people out there now swearing that's gospel truth. Yeah, I heard that Biden raped Roseanne. It's been in all the papers. I've known about it for years.
Yeah.
So, you can't.
The problem there is that bitch ain't been funny for 30 years.
Well, it's not something I take seriously. I don't think it's anything any reasonable adult takes serious. She's not even a clown. Saying she's a clown is truly an insult to clowns.
Insult to all the clowns. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
She talked herself out of a network TV contract, and that's okay. Hey, exercise your freedom of speech, but remember, there's also
now.
Yeah, here's a word that you can swish around in your mouth. Consequences, and that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, she's living off the money she made back in the 90s off the original Roseanne show, and that's that. Can we move on from this tub of goo?
Yes, let's please move on.
Well, I'll ask you guys this.
Ed?
I want you to know after you hear this, are you scarred?
There's a lot of Hamas people coming for me on my social media. My address is public, so fuck around.
Valentina Gomez.
Yeah, I saw that one, and
First off, who the F is she?
That was one of my first questions.
Clearly, she's running somewhere for something.
Running for Missouri Secretary of State.
Well, that's who we want up there.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm really getting tired. Seriously tired of people who come out someplace on some scene or some setting with a gun in their hand and think they're intimidating. Because it's just getting old.
Way
really
old.
You know, here's the thing. Bitch, if you come out on some porch with a damn shoulder cannon on your arm, get ready to cock it. You better get ready to use it.
Get ready to pecker it, too.
Yeah,
that too.
Because all the gang members in the neighborhood are going to take you out because they want the damn cannon.
Give me that
Give me that gat, bitch.
Gonna be the new station motto.
Yeah.
You found Radio TFI. Give me that gat, bitch. Wait till you hear Gerald say it.
Oh, no, that would be good.
You know, it's just getting to the point where, look, I'm getting old enough in my life where if somebody's going to come out and start pointing a gun, start cocking a gun towards me, then bring it. Bring it. Let's see just how frickin' brave you really are.
Ah, you piece of crap.
Something's going on with Bill. He's turned off his camera, but not his microphone. Apparently, security has barged in again, and there's it can't be a pretty sight. Although we're not going to turn off the sound because we're just nosy.
Yeah, we just want to hear what's going on.
If we can't see it, we at least want to hear it. And I'm guessing.
Sorry about that.
Something tells me Bill and the cat just had a little tussle there, but I don't.
No, I was trying to close the shade, and the little thingy came off.
His little thingy came off.
My little thingy came off.
Bill, once again, you need help in your retirement.
I'm telling you, see? Look at this.
I told you weeks ago, you need to put a couple more people on the job. It's have you been able to squeeze in more than 3 naps a day?
No. This last week, I wasn't able to even get one in.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Not even one. I'm the hardest working white boy in show business.
We need to call the authorities out on this one. This is not
this is not a good thing.
Not a good thing at all. Not a good thing.
Start messing with my nap time. You're pissing me off.
I get on an average of at least 2 naps a day.
And he's not even retired. He's not even retired. So look at that. I'm way behind schedule.
I'm generally good for 2 or 3 cat naps a day. Not full-blown naps, just cat naps. But again, I'm working. That's why I'm working.
Well, I didn't work all week because I felt like crap. But
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well,
did you ever stop to think that sometimes crap doesn't feel like you?
I've never really made that connection. I've never heard it say that.
I really don't care.
I understand that, John. I was just putting it out there. Just
I've never stopped to ask a turd how it feels.
Well, perhaps you should.
Maybe
Perhaps you should.
Okay.
Really.
By the way,
next time I'm scooping the litter box, maybe I should ask it.
All you have to do is wait until court next week because invariably that's what Trump's gonna, he's gonna slip.
So, because I wasn't feeling too good, I wasn't watching much of the trial coverage. And the last thing I would remember hearing anything about was them talking about him maybe having to do some time out for the all the
contempt.
Contempt. That's what that's the word. The gag order. Thank you.
Imagine that using the term gag with Pecker. I just.
But you guys heard
Don't
that.
forget to tip your waitresses.
Whatever happened to all that?
It's coming back.
They're talking about it. What, Tuesday,
Wednesday.
Thursday, and next week or something?
As the judge was contemplating it last week. Oh, we could have a decision any moment.
Well, see, this is the whole thing. They're going way, way, way out of their way. Did I say way out of their way? I meant way out of their way not to do this because everybody's going to have a bleeping crap fit over it.
Well, they're more looking to avoid anything that he can take on appeal.
Well, my question is, how do you appeal a contempt charge in the first place?
Well, look, he's got, for some reason, lawyers are still lining up to defend him, which means you're getting
They're
down.
not going to get paid.
Hold on a second, Bill. So you're not exactly at the cream of the crop lawyers, the ones, and let me not say that. I'm going to say you're not exactly with the group of people with the highest moral codes. Okay, these are the guys that are digging down at the bottom of the barrel who, even though you were drunk and you drove your car into the side of a school, they'll still somehow make it sound like the school was at fault for being built there.
The school jumped out in front of you.
That's right. So, I mean, these are the kind of, and they are looking for every little thing, well, he should have done this, he could have done that, they didn't do that, and they said this, and it's as much to confuse the issue down the line as it is. So as frustrating as it is, you have to play it very, very close to the vest so you don't give them an argument. I mean,
yeah, but they're already complaining about the fact that he's being mistreated. He's being overly. So the average citizen would have been in jail 6 months ago.
Absolutely.
Come on.
There's no question.
Quit saying that I'm not getting any special preferences because I was the president. No, because you were a criminal.
He's getting all the special preferences.
Yeah.
And again, if I was in court right now, I wouldn't get the special press conference area set up for me. Oh, and by the way, speaking of,
I wouldn't be standing there yelling at the jury either.
Speaking of which, there was the glory of they've turned away thousands of my people, and there's like one person out there. Traffic is flowing. He's talking about they had to block off the street.
One person out there.
Yeah. One person, traffic's flowing fine. It's it's as if nothing's going on.
They're saying if you want a ticket to the trial, just walk up. There's plenty available.
Well, there were two instances in the past week. Or 2 weeks ago, I guess. One was at a convenience store in Harlem. And
your microphone.
You're breaking up a little bit there, Ed.
So anyway, there was an incident at a bodega in Harlem where somebody got shot, yada, yada, yada. So Trump and his team made a stop by there. And it turned out the entire crowd was made up of young Republicans who sponsored the whole make-believe visit.
What a coincidence.
And this past week, there was he showed up quote-unquote unannounced at a construction site where everybody just happened to be wearing Trump swag.
Wow.
Because the Fox News reporter was the one that gave up the ghost. Fox and Friends are trying to make it sound like, oh, this is an impromptu crowd and President Trump is here. Well, all these people were vetted and they handed out the material. It was all set up. They're all paid.
Handed out the material. Just like all the people at the escalator.
Yeah. So, look, he's trying to, and again, people buy into it. He does have people here in New York.
Not many, but
not many, but believe me, he's got people here. And John Shannon is now
just
taken off
took
the rest
the hiatus.
And John, you enjoy your time off. We'll grab the wheel here. We will reach over and try to shimmy over.
At least I'm able to squeeze the show into my tight schedule.
Yes, you are. And believe you me, we all appreciate it. This is John's schedule. John is returned now, and nice to have you back, John. You're going to jump
MacArthur. It's Douglas MacArthur.
If you're going to jump overboard, at least bring a life ring with you. That's all we ask.
No kidding.
Nah, if I'm going to jump overboard, it'll be for the last time. Don't have to worry about it. See you, bye.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because baby shark did he?
Oh, you shouldn't have done that.
Oh no, did I really? Oh God, I opened a can of worms.
Oh, I don't have it handy. I don't have it
good.
handy.
That's good.
And I'm not going to look.
I'm sorry.
That's better.
Mea culpa. I'm sorry.
You say it, I'll play it.
No.
You say it, I'll play it. So what else is happening in Trump world? I mean, other than the fact that he's a billionaire who's broke, he's
like I said, I got more money in my pocket now than he does in his bank account.
I believe that. Well, you got that good retirement money, which spends better than regular money.
It spends
that good retirement money. Huh?
It's different. Somebody let the bee in the room.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
USS Saratoga is going down for the third time.
Got hit in the Coral Sea. Look out.
Seabiscuit is making the clubhouse turn. It's
that's Secretariat on the turn coming in on the.
For you folks listening and or watching, sometimes we hear this buzzing in our headsets. So I don't know if it comes across or not. But
it does. I've watched and you can hear it.
Right,
yes.
so, that's what we're referencing. We're referencing the Morse code. It's you know what? I was going to keep it as a surprise, but coming up soon, we haven't set a date. We're going to do the show completely in Morse code.
Why not?
We are.
Yeah, we're going to do a
Why
live.
Not? What the hell?
We're each going to go to a Western Union station and.
You go find one of them bad boys still hanging around out there.
You know, I saw one the other day. It's different logo and they've changed everything. I mean,
that's amazing.
What could Western Union possibly be doing these days other than money transfers?
That's probably about it. Not sending telegrams anymore.
Let me ask you a question. This is serious because we're all old enough for this to have happened. Have either one of you guys ever either sent or received a telegram?
Negative.
Believe it or not, no, I have not.
I'm not surprised. Neither have I.
Aboard ship.
What's that?
Even aboard ship, you weren't sending telegrams.
I've seen one when I was a kid.
I've seen pictures of them.
Well, I mean, not pictures, but I saw an actual telegram. But I don't know what the circumstances were. I think they were still using it. There was something they were still using them for. This must have been obviously the 60s, but
I know exactly what they were using them for.
It was something bad. It was something bad. It was a death notification.
Yes, it was. The U.S. government, the armed forces, regrets to announce.
That's right. Yeah. So there you go. There's another happy childhood memory from Ed.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
Bring it.
Well, here's a couple other things I want to get on real quick here before we get up here to halftime. Supreme Court took on a very interesting case here involving in a town or county or whatever in Oregon about the homeless and their little tent cities that they got going. Apparently, it's against the law in Oregon or this particular community to have tent communities up for the homeless. Now, what's different about this particular town is they don't have any. They don't have any shelters or anything to this, and we haven't talked about homelessness in a long time here on this show. And being here in
Central
in
Ohio.
Columbus, I don't see any tent cities going up. Now, I don't. They could be illegal here. I really haven't.
They do. They have one in Columbus. It's called Ohio State.
Oh, hey now.
Oh.
Hey, look. I know you're still a Go fan. I know that you're still a Minnesota Gopher fan.
Hey, cheap shot. Thank you.
I understand that. But I don't even want to go there because I feel every time the Gophers play Ohio State, Michigan State, Purdue, Rutgers, I feel sorry for them because they're going to get their ass handed to them.
Oh, there's a big surprise.
But anyways, the reason I'm wondering, what are we going to be able to do for these folks? Now they say, well, get a job, get a job, get a job. Okay. There are people, where was it that I was seeing that there's one woman here that's got 3 different jobs, working 60 hours a week, and still can't get a place.
Yeah, it's because you're getting paid minimum wage.
Not only that, but now you have, and it's not a bad thing. I went through this almost 2 years ago when I was looking for a place. I go, I look, and I wasn't arguing rent or anything like that. I wasn't, and a couple of places it was, all I had to do was sign the lease. Next thing you know, oh, we changed our mind. And I had cash money. I was making offers to pay a year in advance to get a break, but they were going to get paid, blah, 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 single, older gentleman. And then at the last minute, I don't know what, but they would just pull the rug out from under me. So for a lot of people, it's difficult because they don't have a lot of landlords are looking at credit histories to the point of you can't, you're not even given the chance to say, well, you know what? I hit a bad spot. I'm in a bad spot. There are some places that are doing these little communities of like one room, little houses. This way, you've got your own space. You're not, you can lock the door, and you're allowed to stay there for a year or whatever it is while you get yourself up and going. It's not a shelter. It is a shelter, but and that's what people. A lot of people look. There's a small percentage out there that don't want help and they don't want to live anywhere.
Oh, and that's exactly true.
But there are other, for the most part, John, and I think I know where you're going with this. They've hit a string of bad luck, and look, and I can say hallelujah, say amen. I've been there, and if not for Mike King, there's no telling where I would have wound up.
Mm-hmm.
But so
for your king, you for your king, you said
Mike
a king helped you.
Mike,
I thought you said my king.
No, Mike King.
I thought you were in like London or something. I don't know.
Mike King was a friend of the show, friend of mine. Mike King passed going on 3 years. In September will be 3 years. We miss Mike a lot. Mike was a lot of fun. I got Mike King stories anyway, he insisted. He said, you're going to come, you'll stay with me. I don't want to hear anything about it till you get on your feet. And, So, and it wasn't for lack of trying on my part. I wasn't addicted to drugs. I wasn't a drunk. I was in the cab business, and that's what made me homeless. Although I never had to spend the night outside or in my car, I still didn't have a place of my own for 2 months. And that it's, if you're accustomed to taking care of yourself your whole life, it's a very tough spot to be in. But anyway, there are solutions. People sometimes need a helping hand. They just need a boost. If we can build, and I'm not talking about putting up an apartment building, because that just becomes a mess, because now give people a little, little one room and a half, someplace with a studio that's
a little efficiency apartment type thing. Yeah.
So that they can come home, take off their shoes, their possessions are safe, they can take a shower, get a good night's sleep, show up to work, and work their way out of that situation. They've been
doing a lot of that here in Texas for the veterans.
Okay.
Especially here in Wichita Falls. So, I mean, I'll salute that. But I mean, and I don't mean to minimize this in any way, but Ed was right there are some people that do not want your help. They're happy. I don't know how they are, but they're happy doing what they're doing. And, you can't force them to go live in a shelter.
Right. And whether it's because of mental health issues or physical dependencies, whatever it is, they are just whatever will make them the most repugnant to society in general. It's not like you can't go someplace and somebody won't give you a razor so you can shave or let you take a shower once a week. The places are there. They choose not to. And look, I'm not going to sit here and pontificate on whether it's right or wrong. That's the way you choose to live. Then that's the way you choose to live. You have to still abide by society and, don't push yourself on people. But look, if you want to live in a van down by the river, then just abide by all the other rules we have as society. And some people don't want any part of society. They want no part of the rest of us. I'm starting to feel that way too, but that's another story.
Considering what's going on, can you blame them?
No, not at all. Not at all. And unlike Bill, they can't afford to hire people to help them in their homelessness. It's I need a homeless assistant. I don't want to start making jokes about that, but yeah, and other people just have bad luck, bad breaks. You get in a situation. Imagine you've got 3 kids. Suddenly, your significant other disappears. You're in a city with no family, no real friends. You don't have an education. You've been raising the kids. Suddenly, you can't pay the rent. Maybe you're fortunate you have a car that at least you have a roof over you, something over your head. How do you get out from that? You have
to just keep spiraling downward.
Exactly.
Well, here's one of the things, gentlemen, that you have to keep in mind too, is for those who actually would like to get an apartment or even a studio. Hell, if I was living on my own, I would be perfectly happy living in a studio. Give me something, one of those Hollywood beds that you put down at night.
Murphy bed.
Murphy bed, excuse me.
Mr. Murphy bed.
But the thing is now is even some of these shithole apartments
will allow it.
Geez, thanks, Mr. Referee.
Just keep moving on. You don't have to.
Objection.
We'll allow it. Overruled. We'll allow it.
Overruled.
No, the apartment itself may be, $700-800 a month, which in most cases is affordable. Not real easily affordable, but affordable. But then now you've got application fees. You've got most of these places want 1 month's rent extra for a deposit.
That's correct.
And it's like all of a sudden a $600 or a $700, $800 apartment now winds up costing you $1,600, $1,700.
Exactly.
Which up front, which that's barely a month's pay. In a lot of instances, that's not even a month's pay.
All right. Now, this brings us to, I'm going to stop you right there, John, because there's something I've been reading about a lot, something called universal basic income.
Mm-hmm.
Which means everybody, every citizen, no matter your age, no matter your position, no matter your financial status, everybody would get a set amount every month. $1,000, $1,500, $500. That's your base. That gives you, and there's no attachments to it. There's no, you have to spend it on this, you have to spend it on that. Bill's rolling his eyes, even though they're just barely slits right now. Look, in all the social service systems we have now.
This is how you bankrupt an economy and a country. I understand where you're coming from with this, but it's a socialist policy that is not sustainable.
But under no circumstance are you going to allow me to finish.
No, because it's caca pee-pee.
Is it really? Well, let's look at it this
no, okay. Who was it, that guy that ran for president a couple of years ago? Wang, whatever his name was. Yes. And he was talking about this as a thing. And I thought, it sounds great, but where are we going to get the money from?
All right. If you can shut your yap for a second. Thank you. Duct tape, table 2. You get that finger out of your nose, you don't know where it's been.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Now, without having all the numbers in front of me, let's stop and think about, what do we spend to justify putting somebody on an assistance program? When you stop and think about all the people we have to hire and all the hoops, and we're making people wait 3, 4, 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, to get them on a system where they can get food stamps for, a couple of $100 worth a month. What have we spent to give somebody $100? We probably spent $1,000 or more. And again, I don't know the numbers. So why not just give 10 people that $100 each? And maybe 2 of them are going to really, go to town with it. Fine, let them.
Yeah, because there's nobody out there that's going to abuse that system, is there?
Well, here, you're getting $1,500. Have at it.
Yeah, just like all the people did with the damn COVID money and these small business loans. No, that wasn't abused at all, was it?
No, Bill.
And if it was,
you do what you want. Hold on. You did what you want. The COVID money was different. People were lying. You don't have to lie. You just have to be born. You're not going to get more than John or me. There's no way for you to get more. Yes, some will play I've got extra kids. You have a couple stipulations for that. But for the most part, in general, I get $1,500. John gets $1,500. You get $1,200 because you're retired and you can afford it.
Okay, Oprah.
But we all get it, and do what you want with it. You want to go out and buy cigars with it? Go out and buy cigars with it. You want to use it towards your rent? Use it towards your rent. But it gives you something to work off of. And then you go out and you have your job. And, I personally think that is something that needs to be seriously considered.
Well, I do too. And just to put up.
No, it is not a perfect system. There is no perfect system.
That's true. There's not.
Unless you get adopted by Bill Fancher. He is hiring, though, to help in his retirement. So, if you can latch onto one of those positions, and look, what do you know? It's the guy.
Call 1-800 get jobs.
I'm going to take the last word on that because I tried several times. The thing is like Bill was saying, I agree with what Ed was saying. The fact of the matter is, though, once you've been given that money, they say, okay, we gave you money. You did this, and this. After that, we have to put a cork in it. But anyways, we'll get back to that some other time or whatever. I'm glad we got a start on it. we got halftime to take here, folks. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And we'll be back with more fun and giggles and all that here in just a little bit. You're listening to Just Killing Time on Radio TFI.
You've found Just Killing Time.
I'm the hootin'est, tootin'est, shootin'est, bobtail wildcat in the West.
On Radio TFI. Join the conversation. You can reach the guys at 754-800-CHAT, 754-800-2428. On social media, search for Radio TFI USA. From a payphone, call collect.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
All right, what the hell's going on in here? We got a noise complaint.
Joe, shh. Peter's about to start.
We are gathered here again tonight, fellow AA members, to talk about the greatest temptation the devil ever created. Alcohol. Mr. Booze. Mr. Booze. Mr. Booze. Mr. B-double-O-Z.
That sure spells booze.
You will wind up wearing tattered shoes if you mess with Mr. Booze.
Don't mess with Mr. Booze.
Don't mess with Mr. Booze.
Don't mess with B-double-O-Z-E. If you've been so stiff they thought you died, you'll feel better once you've testified. Testify.
Oh, yeah.
Testify.
I want to testify.
Well, then cleanse yourself, my son. Cleanse yourself.
One time I took a library book out and I fell asleep reading it and I left it under the bed. I forgot about it for 3.5 years. I was going to take it back on Amnesty Day, but on Amnesty Day I had a sip of rosé wine and I never made it out of the house.
Who's to blame?
Who's to blame?
What's his name?
We know his name. His name is Mr. Booze. Mr. Booze, Mr. B-double-O-Z. He don't ever choose. Any game you play with him, you lose. So don't mess with Mr. Booze.
If your head feels like it's 2 miles wide,
2 miles wide,
you'll feel better once you've testified.
Testify.
Oh, yeah.
Testify.
I want to testify.
Well, come forward, dear brother, and testify.
I used to be a soda pop guy. Then I switched to the bottle. Now I don't leave my couch, and I've seen every movie ever. You name a movie, I've seen it.
Meet Dave.
Seen it.
The Iger Sanction.
Seen it.
Donovan's Reef.
Seen it.
License to Drive.
Definitely seen it.
That's a shame.
What a shame.
Who's to blame?
For Corey Haim, his name is Mr. Booze. Mr. Booze, Mr. B-double-O-Z. You must refuse. You'll make the omission where the news if you mess with Mr. Booze. If you've been so stiff they thought you died, you'll feel better once you testify. Testify.
This man wants to testify.
Very well, my brother, let us lead him on the path of righteousness.
This poor gentleman used to speak in long, eloquent sentences, but after years of drinking, he can only speak in short, choppy utterances. Why, at one time, if you asked him who his favorite musicians were, he'd say Leonard Bernstein, Johann Sebastian Bach, and Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. But thanks to that old devil hooch, it's all changed. Who's your favorite musician, Ollie?
Cher!
He doesn't even like Cher.
Now, alcohol makes a big man small and can lead to a life of crime.
Yeah!
Demon rum makes a gent a bum and you cash him before your time.
Yeah!
Bootleg gin puts you in a spin till you don't even know your name.
Yeah!
You're a basket case flat on your face and there's only one guy to blame.
Mr. B, Mr. Booze, Mr. Booze, Mr. B-double-O-Z. He don't ever choose.
You will wind up wearing tattered shoes if you mess with Mr. Booze.
Don't mess with Mr. Booze.
Oh, Mr. Booze.
Don't mess with Mr. Booze.
Oh, Mr. Booze.
Don't mess with Mr. Booze.
Don't mess with B-double-O-Z-E, 'cause that spells booze, and you're gonna lose with Mr. Booze.
Don't mess around with Mr. Booze.
Don't mess with Mr. Booze.
That's what he said now.
Don't mess with Mr. Booze.
Oh, Mr. Booze.
Don't mess with Mr. Booze.
Wow, you guys, I'm impressed that you're taking your sentence so seriously, and I know that the court will be happy to hear this too. Now, if you'll just keep it down so I don't get any more complaints.
Sure, no problem, Joe. Thanks for stopping by.
And welcome back to hour number 2 of Just Killing Time here on Radio TFI and the Radio TFI streaming network. I am here with the lovely, the talented, the once long-legged Bill Fancher. John Shannon has stepped out while his computer has decided to take a break. He's having some technical issues. I'm sure he'll be back with us momentarily. Just before.
Had to get the peanut butter box.
He did have to get the peanut butter box, didn't he?
The peanut butter box is here.
There we go. If you'd like to join us here on the conversation, call the phone lines are open, 754-800-CHAT, 754-800-2428. If you're at a payphone, call collect. Mr. Fancher, how are you doing right now, sir?
I don't know if I really want to bring the show down with what I have to say or not.
How about getting a little closer to your microphone? Would you like to do that?
I don't know if I want to bring the show down with what I have to say or not.
Go ahead, say it anyway.
I take great umbrage to that halftime show.
Is that a fact? That's a classic movie from song from Robin and the Seven Hoods.
I understand that, but after what I've went through this weekend with a friend who passed away because of alcohol, I'm not very happy about that halftime show.
Oh, don't. That was not intended. I'm going to be quite honest with you, Bill. I realize now why you might take that. But here's the God's honest truth. As I sit here, I was exhausted yesterday putting the show together. I had that one locked and loaded. That was my spare. That I didn't have to spend X amount of time putting it together. I did that. That was my spare. I apologize for any. Well, good. So Bill has now succeeded in bringing the show down to a screeching halt. And we'd like to thank you for that, Bill.
Screech!
No kidding. And I apologize. I apologize deeply because Bill did tell me the story. He lost a friend this week, and we won't go into it. Tell you what, let's do this. Why don't we just slide right into
cue the band.
Thank you. That's what I need you to do. It's birthdays plus or on this date. I haven't made a new graphics for anything. Today is April 28th. Let's see what's happened on this day in history. 1789. Fletcher Christian leads a mutiny on the HMS Bounty against Captain William Bligh in the South Pacific.
I remember that.
I bet
I was just a scrub sailor on that tour.
It was a cabin boy on that. 1928, RCA and GE installed 3 test television sets in homes in Schenectady, New York, allowing trials of inventor EFW Alexanderson's first home television receiver. A poor and unsteady 1.5 square inch picture was received from the radio transmitter.
All you got was the Indian head and the.
Matter of fact, that's what John's using right now, which is why.
Yeah, apparently.
I still, you're not coming in very. Come a little closer, Bill.
I can't get any friggin' closer.
Hey, come on. We talked about this.
Oh, hold on. I think my microphone got turned. There we go.
There you go. In 1934, the Detroit Tigers, Goose Goslin, ground into 4 straight double plays. That was for you, Bill.
That was impressive too.
In 1940, Glenn Miller records Pennsylvania 6-5000. Get ready, everybody together. Pennsylvania 6-5000.
Wow. Was that a one-hit wonder?
No, it was not. Glenn Miller was quite popular back in D-Day. Back in the day. 1967, Muhammad Ali, knee Cassius Clay, refuses induction into the Army and is stripped of his boxing title. Well, if you won't let me beat him up, I'm not going to kill him.
I'm not going to kill him.
Well, we'll let you kill him, but we're not going to let you
won't let you beat him up.
In 2007, Tommy Newsom, the American saxophonist and band leader, died at the age of 78.
No, actually, I think Tommy Newsom died in 1979, if you ask Johnny Carson.
Well, yeah. He died many years before that, but you always knew you were in what would later on you would see Tommy Newsom sitting over at the desk with the guest host. It's like, why are we even bothering? Even Doc's not here. Come on now. Come on. It was bad enough when Doc was over in the chair, but born on this day in 1930, sadly passed in 1983, Carolyn Jones of the Addams Family. Also born on this day, but not so sadly passed in 2006. He's a person of note. Saddam Hussein, born on this day.
Saddam.
Oh, I think I realized why I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, flip the switch, you chuckle butt.
Turning 83 today. Anne Margaret. Her last name is actually Olsen. Swedish-American actress and singer, born in, I'm going to try to spell this. Say this.
God.
Skåben, Sweden. It's spelled V-A-L-S-J-O with the umlauts, B-Y-N. And what was the, well, let's, wrong one. What was the best movie she was in, Bill?
Grumpy Old Man.
There you go. There you go. Born on this day in 1949, sadly passed in 2006. Bruno Kirby, you might have known him from Room 222. He also played young Clemenza and The Godfather 2. Actually from my old neighborhood. I knew him as a kid. He was a friend's cousin. He lived in the neighborhood. So
he also was in the movie. If you've never seen it, go see it. The Freshman.
Yeah.
No.
But also turning 74 years old today, Jay Leno.
Oh, okay.
His chin is 73.
73.
And finally, and certainly a member of the Forever 21 Club, the lovely, the talented, turning 43 years old today, Jessica Alba.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
That hurts in so many ways when you do that, Bill. It's scary. It's creepy. It's So that's gonna conclude on this date. Had birthdays plus. I know we kind of agreed on this date, but something about birthdays plus. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Okay, whatever.
Stop that breathing, please. Jessica Alba is not a child anymore, but still, it's disturbing.
You want some candy, little girl?
Seeing Artie Johnson in a long black trench coat.
No.
Now there's a deep cut reference. You either
that one you gotta be old to know that one.
You either know it or you don't.
Or you don't. Suck it to me, baby. And here come the judge.
Well, that's we're talking about Ronan Martin's laughing
now too, because this is a Trump. Yeah.
And I didn't get half the jokes at the time because I was just a wee one. I was, 5, 6, 7 years old, but it was nice and colorful. And I got to admit, even at that young tender age of 7, 8, 9, whatever it was, I did appreciate Goldie Hawn in a bikini.
Yes,
I didn't know why I appreciated. I didn't know why,
but it was kind of like, wow, that's impressive.
That's interesting. Even Judy Carr in the bikini was, Anyway,
and who's the only U.S. president to appear on Laugh-In?
I am not a crook. Suck it to me,
Richard Nixon.
Richard Nixon.
Suck it to me, baby.
No, he said it as a question. Suck it to me.
Suck it to me.
No, wait a minute. Was he? No, he was vice president at the time. Was he? He was vice president. No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
No, he was president.
He was president at the time.
Yes, sir. I take that all back, and you are all right. I'm just getting. I'm getting messages in from the field now.
I was wondering because I thought, oh, my phone's going off over here.
This just in. This is going to take longer than I thought to figure out. Have fun. I'll catch up with you guys later. Essentially, John is telling us stand back. I don't know how big this thing will get.
He's been outsmarted by his computer.
His computers. So we wish John a good, fine week, and Bill and I.
Yes, apparently.
Fortunately, I have the numbers for.
Do you now?
I do. I have all that. So when we get to that in about 10 minutes, I'll be able to cover that just fine.
Cool.
Thank you very much. We're doing okay. We're doing just fine. So anyway, where were we? What were we
did you say we were going to be off on Memorial Day?
I did say that. That is Memorial Day.
I just wanted to make sure we pass that along to everybody.
Well, yes, it appears we will be off Memorial Day. We're trying to figure out. I believe if I have the time, we're going to play in our stead. We're going to provide.
That's just killing time.
No, it doesn't exist. It's all a tie for last place. It's a 476th way tie for last place. No, I'm thinking we'll probably play some version of One Hit Wonders. We'll play a lot of the songs, maybe the ones that were.
Oh, that would be cool.
Maybe the One Hit Wonders that only appeared once. One of those.
Yeah, go figure. One Hit Wonders once.
Yeah, so we've got a month to figure it out, and this way everybody can enjoy the weekend. If you still want to tune in, we appreciate that. Then we won't have a video presentation that day, but we will be on the radio. And lying on the beach, tune in.
I'll be on Planet Houston.
Planet Houston. Yes, you're going to see baseball.
Baseball
Correct?
Been very, very good to me.
How far of a drive is it to Houston, or Houston, as we like to say here in New York?
Yeah, you dicks. I'm sorry, you peckers. It's about a 6.5 hour drive, depending on how fast you drive.
Wow, that's I would say
but it's all interstate, so
Right. I was about to say why not go to Dallas, but then again, I've been to Dallas and I know why not to go to Dallas.
Well, I'm going to Dallas in August, so.
Oh, to see the Rangers?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, who are they playing? The Twins?
The Twins. Who the hell else would I go down there to see?
The only thing I truly enjoyed about being in Dallas was going to the rodeo in Mesquite. Bill's shaking his head. I'm an East Coast boy,
First off, Mesquite brings back horrible PTSD memories.
Oh, here we go. This ought to be good. Come on, Bill. Dr. Ed has put his shingle out. Tell us all about your.
Well, the first thing started. We were the number 1 ranked school in the state of Texas at the time. We had to go play. Well, we had a choice to flip the coin to play at a neutral site or home and home. And our dumbass coach flipped the coin, and we had to play. They said we could play at Texas Stadium if we just didn't flip the coin.
Okay, that seems to be.
But he flipped the coin, and we wound up getting screwed. We wound up playing at their field, which was grass, which was okay, fine. we played on artificial turf all year long, and we were the fastest team in the state and whatnot. So yeah, let's go play on grass. That was a good idea. And now this is also in the dead of winter. It was the dead of winter, and by a great coincidence, they left the sprinklers on the night before the game. So the field was okay. So we are finally driving the ball down the field, and the lights went out. For 25 minutes.
Bring it
down. Okay, well, we went
down an octave.
I'm sorry. The PTSD is catching up.
I understand.
We went in at halftime, and our coaches were destroying the locker room. They were so mad. We went back out again. We got the ball. We're driving the ball down the field, and guess what happened? Oh, the lights went out again. We lost the game 14-7. And the UIL, Universal Interscholastic League, came down and told Mesquite that has to stop. So they played another home game the next week against another highly ranked team. And what a coincidence. The lights went out.
No.
And so this team wound up eventually advancing to the state playoffs. But UIL came down and said, the next week, if those lights even so much as flicker, you're done. You're done. And then to top it all off, my ex-wife was from Mesquite. So, please, I beseech of thee, do not bring up that name again. And on top of that, I said when I left Virginia that the last thing I would do on earth was go to a rodeo. I go to a rodeo. If I go, I'm going to walk out into the street and I'm going to get hit by a friggin' bus. I'm not tempting fate. No. So there.
I had a good time at the rodeo. I really did.
I'm glad for you.
It was, I had never been to a rodeo. I haven't been to one since. And
and there's the reason, wasn't it?
No, I enjoyed it. I just haven't had the opportunity. What confused me was that at the, I guess we'll call it halftime, there's a break. And they send this calf out with this velvet bag tied to its neck. And suddenly every kid in the joint is chasing after this. I'm like, what in the wide world of sports? Well, apparently what happens if you catch the calf and can get the bag, you win the money that's inside. There had to be 100 kids chasing this poor calf around. I'm like, what in the what? Jeez. One of the funniest things was they were doing the bull riding thing. Okay. And they had this one bull there, older bull. I forget his name. Let's call him Shotgun. So the guy in the PA, the Shotgun does his thing. The guy comes out, rides him, whatever they do with him. He says, now watch, ladies and gentlemen, Shotgun's going to do one circuit around the track, around the arena, and then take himself right back into the back. We don't have to do anything. Shotgun did one lap around the arena and right through the gate, and you didn't have to do a thing to him. You know, others, they had to go chase and all that. And it's brutal what they do to those horses. To me, I'd be bucking too. Oh my God, you putting a strap where?
Exactly.
What?
Exactly.
What? My
You'd
goodness.
be jumping and dancing too.
Oh, I'd be bucking is close to the words. It starts not with a B, but
the only thing I ever thought that would have been fun at the rodeo is to watch the mutton busting.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, that's where the little kids are riding sheep.
Oh no, we didn't see that. I'll tell you what was very impressive though. They had the chuck wagon races. And these are people on not miniature, but smaller versions with like two horses pulling, and they're going along at a click and they're racing side by side.
It's like the chariot races. Ben-Hur.
And then they had young ladies doing trick riding. That was impressive. Oh my goodness, that was impressive. They're jumping up and down, doing backflips, somersaults on a moving horse. I mean, I was duly impressed. I'm not going to lie. That was 30 years ago now. My goodness, it's been 30 years since I've been in Texas.
Bitch.
And not long enough, some would say, including the folks.
I won't argue with you.
As I like to say, still, I believe no. The only person that's had a worse time in Dallas than me was, go ahead.
JFK.
JFK. I'm sorry. Too soon? Too soon. But shame it wasn't RFK Jr. Shame he didn't have his nephew riding with him that day. You just can never.
You can never get it all, can you?
Good gravy. You try. You do your level best. Why couldn't he have been traveling with his father in Los Angeles at the Ambassador Hotel? Sir Han, aim a little lower. Oh, that's just wrong.
And a little lower.
A little lower.
Now that one, come on. And you're going to get on me for my Jewish joke?
Tell you what. Oh, no, you told the Jewish joke. It was nothing.
Yes, I did.
It was so weak. I forgot that you told it. I forgot that you told it.
So I told you, once you build something up like that, there's no way it'll live up to its expectation.
Well, I think while we're sitting here and I'm ready. I'm ready, Bill.
Well, then I guess we have to cue the band.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to present the Battle of the One-Hit Wonders. Here's your match official, John Shannon.
It is not John Shannon. John Shannon is off in the wilderness finding himself or somebody or something. But we do have
Pecker. Who said that?
Bill Fancher, ladies and gentlemen. Bill Fancher, who's desperately wants me to do a solo show today. He is like right there. All right, I'm gonna do my level best to live up to John's high expectations and performance levels in this part of the show. It's time for the One Hit Wonders, Battle of the One Hit Wonders. Let's start off with last week's champion, coming in at. Oh, wait a minute! I'm doing a Casey Kasem thing.
I guess you are. Damn dog and bitch.
Anyway, it's Steelers Wheel with Stuck in the Middle from 1972.
I got the feeling that something ain't right. I'm so scared in case I fall off my chair. And I'm wondering how I'll get down the stairs. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you. And I'm wondering what it is I should do. It's so hard to keep the smile from my face.
And that's our current 3-time champion, Stuck in the Middle with You by Steelers Wheel. Last week's challenger, let's bring it up there. Somebody very bright, very, very astute. Put this one up there. From 1965, it's Hang On Sloopy by the McCoys. That was Hang On Sloopy by the McCoys from 1965. And Bill, what is it that you and John credit this song with, or the problem with that song? Something about marching bands?
Oh, that was John.
Oh, okay.
Every marching band in the world plays that song.
Apparently. Well, now it's time to announce our winner. This week's champion. Coming in. Why do I keep saying coming in?
I don't know, because you're Casey Kasem.
I'm doing my Casey Kasem. Coming in at number 27.
27.
I'm also sitting here trying to work the board, and I can't for the life of me. From our returning champion, Stuck in the Middle with You by Steelers Wheel.
Well, I don't know why I came here tonight. I got the feeling that something ain't right. I'm so scared in case I fall off my chair, and I'm wondering how I'll get down the stairs. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you, and I'm wondering what it is I should do. It's so hard to keep the smile from my face. Losing control, yeah, I'm all over the place. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. When you started out with nothing and you're proud that you're a self-made man, and your fancy I'll come crawling, slap you on the back and say, please, please. Trying to make some sense of it all, but I can see it makes no sense at all. Is it cool to go to sleep on the floor? Cause I don't think that I can take anymore. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. And you started out with nothing and you're proud that you're a self-made man. And your friend the other coming, slap you on the back and say, please, please. Yeah, I don't know why I came here tonight. I got the feeling that something ain't right. I'm so scared in case I fall off my chair, and I'm wondering how I'll get down the stairs. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you. Stuck in the middle with you. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you.
For the fourth week in a row, that's our champion, Stuck in the Middle with You by Steelers Wheel from 1972. The numbers, I don't have all the numbers on that, but apparently it was 60-40 beating up on an old Sloopy there.
Poor old Sloopy.
Poor old Sloopy. By the way, if you listen to Snoopy versus the Red Baron, you will hear a part of Hang On Sloopy in there. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway. We have a challenger this week, a challenger that I believe everybody will know. Is it strong enough? Is it big enough? Is it powerful enough? Knock off Steelers Wheel. And the question is, if it does win, how long will it last? 1975. This is Ace.
You're good.
Has this been going friends with the fancy persuasion don't admit that it's part of a scheme. But I can't help but have my suspicion, 'cause I ain't quite as dumb as I seem. And you said you was never intending to break up our scene in this way. But there ain't any use in pretending it could happen to us any day. How long has this been going on? How long has this been going on? Don't admit that it's part of a scheme. But I can't help but have my suspicion, 'cause I ain't quite as dumb as I seem. Oh, you said you was never intending to break up the scene in this way. But there ain't any use in pretending it could happen to us any day. And how long has this been going on? 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 How long has this been going on?
And that's this week's challenger. How long has this been going on? From Ace from 1975. That is this week's challenger. Vote early, vote often. The various social media platforms, look for us. Vote your conscience, vote your heart. You can cheat. We don't care how many times you vote.
Vote your conscious?
Conscious.
You can vote unconscious. I don't care.
We're happy with it. Well, why doesn't Ed care? Because Ed doesn't have a dog in this fight this week.
That's it.
But next week, more kids and kittens. I would definitely tune in next week, because it's my turn to battle whoever emerges from.
So everybody stay tuned to listen to what Unky Ed is going to pull out of his sack next week.
You leave my sack out of this. We've talked about that. It's not my sack. It's me bag, boy.
It's me bag, boy. Blow on it.
And because I teased it earlier, and we are in our music section.
We're up to our long-distance dedication. And this one is about kids and pets and a situation that we can all understand, whether we have kids or pets or neither. It's from a man in Cincinnati, Ohio. And here's what he writes. Dear Casey, this may seem to be a strange dedication request, but I'm quite sincere, and it'll mean a lot if you play it. Recently, there was a death in our family. He was a little dog named Snuggles, but he was most certainly a part of... Let's start again. From coming out of the record. Play the record, okay? Please. See, when you come out of those up-tempo goddamn numbers, man, it's impossible to make those transitions. And then you got to go into somebody dying. You know, they do this to me all the time. I don't know what the hell they do it for, but goddamn it, if we can't come out of a slow record, I don't understand it. Is Don on the phone? Okay, I want a goddamn concerted effort to come out of a record that isn't a fucking up-tempo record every time I do a goddamn death dedication. Now, make it, and I also want to know what happened to the pictures I was supposed to see this week. Because the last goddamn time, I want somebody to use his fucking brain to not come out of a goddamn record that is that's up-tempo, and I got to talk about a fucking dog dying. Ponderous, man. Ponderous.
Indeed, it is ponderous. Speaking of ponderous, to KZ 2005. Yes, we do vote multiple times. We vote early and often. We will use the names. You don't?
No, it's on Twitter. I don't vote.
Okay, you'll let me finish. One time, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to happen. I feel it in my gut that one time Bill's going to let me finish doing a shtick that I started and not take the wind out of it. Anyway, thanks for playing our game, KZ. Believe me, I had a lot of funny stuff to say, but Bill Fancher has decided to that wasn't going to happen. One of these days, Bill's going to run the show.
Oh, no, he's not.
Keep your fire extinguishers handy. You'll need it.
Oh, that's true.
Know where your escape hatches are, because it's not going to be pretty. It is
Open
not.
the pod doors, Alex.
Yes. Hello, Dave.
Hello. Wow, we're losing it back in time now. Anybody that even remembers that.
On a Space Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Dave.
Open the pod doors, Alex. I can't do that, Dave.
It's Hal, by the way.
It was Hal. That's right. It was Hal. Open the pod doors, Hal.
Try that with your Siri and see what she says. Seriously. It doesn't take kindly to it. But now Bill's going to do it right now. Let's listen in.
Let's see what Google has to say.
Oh, no, not Google it. Oh, you have an Android, don't you?
Yeah. Open the pod doors.
No, you suck. You suck. Here, we'll do it.
Pulls up 2001 Space Odyssey. Google's smart as hell, isn't it?
Watch this. Hey, Siri, open the pod bay doors, Hal. I had to unlock my iPhone first.
Where?
Hey, Siri, open the pod bay doors, Hal. Oh, she used to say something. She doesn't say it anymore. Anyway, Siri is apparently on strike.
No, that's it. She must be a teamster.
Hey. Apparently, she's gallivanting through the woods with young Mr.
With John.
And they've got their trumples with them, and
trumples.
Life is good.
Their little trumple hunting dog.
It's going to happen. You just never know where this is going to lead.
Can you imagine going to a restaurant and the guy comes up? Would you like some trumples on that?
Ooh. Of course I would. So, where were we? What were we talking? Oh, you know what? I would like to go back. I don't normally do this, but I do want to go back to this universal basic income. Yeah. And if I can do it without Bill screaming me down, just because you're louder doesn't make you right, by the way. You are loud.
It usually does.
It really doesn't. It really doesn't. I mean, it makes me suspicious.
It's not a baseball field.
It makes me suspicious that you're really MAGA, because that's their form of arguing. Just yell louder. So, and that hurt him. That hit him. That hit him in the trumple. And that hit him hard. Hit him right on the tip of the trumple. Right on the tip of the trumple.
Man, that hurt my pecker.
Of course it would. And moving on. We're going to try and be serious here for a second, if Bill will permit it. So anyway, is universal basic income a cure-all? Of course not. Because there will always be people that need more help, or whether it's physical handicaps or, but just staying, I just want to talk about the basic concept of it. It's not a perfect system. Nothing would ever be. Okay. Because greed comes into it. Will people try to game the system? You better believe it. People will try to game the system. There's no question about it, because as people, that's what we do. However, and you can call me a woke liberal and all sorts of matters a good thing. But think about the people that really need the help. Think about times that you've been just really, really like hurting. And what would a check for $1,000 have done for you? I mean, I can turn that phone back on. I can, maybe get a room for the night so me and the kids can warm up. Just to know that that's your safety net. Every month, and there's no restrictions on what you can spend that for. Will people abuse it? You better believe it. They abuse their own money now. Okay. But on the other hand, you can go, well, it'll be a boost to the economy because even the liquor stores will do better. Right? Am I wrong?
Well, you're not wrong. But then again, but see, this is, you're not looking down the road on this, Ed. You're not looking down the road on this.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's have the discussion if you can do it without cutting me off.
Okay. If you're going to give these people this money and you're making the joke about the liquor store, okay, yes, that's funny. Ha ha ha. However, it's going to be more true than you care. It would be more true than you care to imagine. But now,
I apologize. I didn't mean to do that.
Well, yeah, but herein lies the problem with that. There is a problem with it, and it's true, is that now you have the people out there doing this, and it's going to spiral back to healthcare. Now we're going to have to take care of their healthcare problems because we're giving them $1,000 a month that they're abusing and buying drugs or whatever and whatnot. So, I mean, it's going to come back to you in tenfold.
You really
spend to start with. Well, but the problem is it's not going to be everybody, but there's going to be enough that it's going to put a burden on the system. And hey, I agreed with Bernie Sanders and whatnot, but you can't. I'm going to say this, and it sounds horrible. You can't take care of everybody. You just can't.
You're not wrong, but. All right. Here's the way I'm looking at it. Also, some people are abusing themselves and abusing substance because, and again, not a cure-all, and it doesn't apply to everybody. But you're so far down. You've been kicked so many times. What? Mega Bill. Yeah. There you go. All right, Casey, you just changed. I like you now, whoever you are.
Thanks a lot,
Mega Bill. That's
Jesus. I gotta go out and buy a red hat and all that good stuff. Come on,
we'll send you one. We got your sneakers on the way too. We got.
I do. That's true.
We got a whole store,
the whole store for me.
We'll get you the bronzer and get the hair glue. Mega Bill. Yeah, I like that. That's gonna stick. That's we'll use the
Thanks
Trump
a lot, dude.
Mega Bill. KZ, whoever you are, we love you. We love you. So anyway, I mean, people that are down and depressed and having been I'm not just down in the dumps, I've been down under the dumps. Okay. And you want an escape, and sometimes the cheapest vacation or the quickest way to get away from reality is to just, suck it up, drink, imbibe, take hallucinogens. You just want to get away from it all. Will universal basic income solve these problems for everybody? Absolutely not. No possible way. But I think for society in general, it would be a step up. And you would get a lot of people who are right there at the edge, who want to live the right way. They want to do the right thing, but they just can't make. I know. I'm. Hold on. They just cannot make that last push.
And that's what I'm trying to say. I don't disagree with it. I just see the long run disadvantages.
I know there's going to be problems with it. I'm not sitting here saying there's not.
I'm not trying to be cynical about it. I'm trying to be realistic.
And yet you are Mega Bill.
Fudge you.
Yeah, of course there would be problems with. There's problems with everything. But you know what? Let's take the 80% of the people that we're not going to have significant problems with, and let them start living their lives. We're going to deal with that 20% anyway, no matter how you cut it.
Well, okay, and you do have a point. Okay, let's say we take that 80%, and I use the word rehabilitate, But you get them back into society, you get them back up on their feet. Now they've become a productive citizen and they're back on the tax rolls. So now they're paying to pay for themselves and other people. And okay,
Right.
if you want to look at it in that happy scheme of things, then
I do.
perhaps
I
I'll
do.
give that to you.
All right. And
the problem is that other 20% are going to eat the hell out of the taxes that
But we're
80% put back in.
that's right. But we're always going to have that. Is this a short-term solution?
It's
No.
dog chasing its tail.
And it just might be, or it might be over the course of time. There's always going to be a percentage of people who, like I said, they don't want help. They just want no part of it. But maybe we can change the way. Again, it's down the line. A little Pollyannish, perhaps. But down the line, I'm not talking 10, 20 years. 50 years from now, people will have a different take on, on how they live their life and if things aren't going
See,
well.
because this is why socialized medicine in these countries and stuff doesn't work as well as it should, is because here you got the one doctor that's seeing 8 patients a day, he's doing his job, and you got this guy over here that's seeing 16 a day, and he goes, what the hell am I busting my hump for? I'm not getting anything more out of it. I'm just going to go back to seeing 8 patients a day. And then the system backs up and overloads and takes a crap.
I'm not saying that there aren't issues or there wouldn't be issues, okay? That being said, we have to start somewhere, don't we?
I suppose we do, but let's not start at the bottom.
But what do we have to lose at this point?
The economy.
Everybody says we're losing the economy anyway.
Well, everybody's wrong.
MAGA Bill.
I would have said, yeah. No.
Look, you're sitting up there with all that big retirement money. You're able to hire a couple of people because you've got so much retirement.
But that stimulates the economy by hiring these people.
I don't think it's the economy that's being stimulated. I think it's your Trumple to be.
It's my Trumples.
Speaking of Pecker.
I didn't even say it.
What? No, hey, you can't have that word hanging around and not have the 10-year-old boy in you.
And I can't believe that the poor women announcers aren't crapping their pants every time they have to say this guy's name.
It's the guy's name. What was the race car driver?
Was it the gal that does the 4:00 stuff on MSNBC?
Nicole
Yeah,
Wallace.
you can almost see her giggle every time she says Pecker.
What about
Pecker?
Well, what about the race car driver, Dick Trickle?
Dick Trickle, that was a good one too.
Now, that's his actual name. Now, mind you, he could have gone by Richard Trickle. He chooses to go by Dick Trickle. Trumple's 2020. There you go. You're our new bestest number 1 fan. We
There you go.
For the radio audience, Casey has just sent Trumple's 2024. That is, we're going to run on that ticket.
That's what I was going to say. That'd make a good bumper sticker. Trumple's 2024. Don't let this happen to you. Trumple's 2024.
Casey, whoever you are, you're
working in there.
Close to my heart. You're MAGA Bill is on the it's on the Trumple's 2024 ticket.
2024 ticket.
Thanks for participating. We just as usual in the last 10 minutes, we just run out of steam.
The last 10 minutes, everybody calls in, starts giving us crap. So okay. Oh. I'll have to start telling my golf buddies when we go out play golf that's not dimples on that golf ball, it's Trumples.
There you go. I let them sit there and go, what is he talking about?
What is he talking about? Those are Trumples.
Oh, good Lord.
Or it's no longer it's not a divot, it's a Trumple. Replace your Trumples.
Hey, you leave my Trumples out of this.
Put some sand in that, replace your Trumple.
Candy coated Trumples, peanuts and a prize.
You can use it for everything.
It's
just one of those words, kind of like what they said years ago about the F word.
Well, there's a lot to be. You can do almost a full sentence with using nothing but the F word.
Nothing but the F word, yes.
Yeah, it's
adjective, an adverb, a noun, a pronoun.
there is a bit out there somewhere. I should find it.
I heard that hundreds of years ago.
Yeah. It's like, you can use it for everything. You can use it as a proper name. Hey, F face. Who called security?
Speaking of F face, and she walks in.
Oh, no.
You in deep trouble, Ed.
I did not. No. Listen, MAGA Bill. Listen, MAGA Bill. Where, ladies and gentlemen, Barbara.
Now you've done it.
Shall I kill him now? Hi.
Sure.
Shall I kill him now? Okay.
Yeah, but you're going to kill the last 5 minutes. We'd love it. Beat him senseless.
Oh,
I said to beat you senseless, so it only took 2 whacks.
Well, that don't take much.
It's not a long trip.
It's not a long trip.
Get your trumples in order and just...
My trumples in order.
You know what it is? It's the new Smurf.
The new Smurf.
Smurfs use the word Smurf.
I guess
Smurfs
so.
use the word Smurf for just about everything.
Well, yeah.
Why don't you go
substitute the word Smurf for the substitute for the word kill?
Why don't
Real cliche.
Why don't you go Smurf yourself?
Yeah.
Take a long Smurf off a long Smurf.
You mother Smurfer.
Hey, now, don't you Smurf my Smurf.
Yeah.
I took the Smurf out, and what I did to her Smurf was unconstitutional.
Well, you smurfed it all up with your trumples.
I did. There's, as the machine slowly runs out of steam, and you can see.
I know, like the sands through an hourglass.
Nobody has wished for a gong more.
No, I won't argue that. I'm dropping my pens and everything.
Bill's in the back of the room somewhere.
Dropped my pecker.
Dropped his pecker. No, your pen. And it's gone off the rails, and I've only got him. I don't even have the other one. Just a reminder: John Shannon is off wandering in the woods, finding himself, and whatever else he can come up with.
And the magic mushrooms.
He's out in the woods smurfing himself.
Smurfing himself
with his trumple.
Well, looking for trumples.
Yeah, looking for. He has a crooked trumple, by the way.
Yeah, that's it. I heard that.
Ask him about it.
Please, everybody.
Less than 2 minutes, Bill. You think we can?
Can we sit there and stare at each other for 2 minutes?
Riveting radio. This is two guys just trying to kill time.
We're like kids at the end of the school year.
Yeah. That's why the clock in the school will never get stolen, because everybody's watching it. TikTok, TikTok, TikTok.
No, don't start talking about TikTok.
Oh yeah, well, we're not on TikTok.
I personally think that is so stupid. You can't. How do you ban TikTok, for Christ's sake? I mean, keep it off the government websites and phones and stuff like that, and you won't have the problem.
But it's not that simple, because people are going to do it anyway.
Okay. Once we get back to the people again, bunch of trumples.
As Tommy Lee Jones said in Men in Black, a person is smart. People are stupid.
People are stupid. That's exactly the truth.
And it's unfortunate to say, but look, people will
and
always.
The bigger the crowd, the dumber it gets.
No, that's not true. Even small crowds are dumb. Have you been to a Trump rally? I mean, they buy into all that nonsense, and
yeah, but it's the same people going to every rally. They're just in a big bus, and they follow him around.
We're circling the drain here, kids. We got about 2 more revolutions around the drain, and then it's all going to be over. And don't worry, the long national nightmare.
Their long national nightmare is over.
We're getting there. We are ticking and talking, and just before you know it.
We need to put another.
Say hallelujah. Say amen. We've crawled across the finish line again, kids. It's just barely. My fingernail just got over it. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this week in Just Killing Time. For Bill Fancher, for John the Wanderer Shannon, I'm Ed. See ya.
Radio TFI.